All right, welcome back to Module 3 of the Business Launch Game Plan. Today the topic's going to be creating a website. Let's do a quick recap of Module 2 first, though. So at this point, you should have given yourself a little pep talk. Because the goal is to get out of our own way so that we can simply start taking action, start completing the steps with this one idea that we figured out in Module 1. We're going to get out of our own way so that we're ready to move forward. So if you haven't yet gone through Module 2, kind of doing that self-talk, giving yourself that pep talk and decided that it is time now and you're ready to move forward, and you got here to Module 3, you're ready to go. Craig, I'm ready to go. If you're saying that, then perfect. Let's get into Module 3. Today's game plan, we're going to cover why you need a website. Then we're going to go over the purpose of having a website. Because if you're asking, Craig, why the heck do I need a website? That sounds too complicated. I think I can do this without a website. We're going to talk about what the purpose is of having a website. And thirdly, I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. Wouldn't do that to you. We're going to talk about what to put on your website. All right, let's get into the first one. Why do you need a website? Well, just pulled some stats, and over 40% of the world today has an internet connection. Probably doesn't surprise you too much, but this is up from 1% when the internet first started in 1995. I believe it started in 1994, so basically, 95, 1% had it. Now we're all the way up to 40% of the world has access to the internet. So with a few clicks or a few searches on something like Google, every one of these people can find you and your services and your business. Putting up a website allows you to create a billboard for very little money, and that's available 24/7 to attract your target audience. So taking advantage of this is an absolute must. I mean, this internet is a place where everybody is. It's where everybody's looking for products and services. It's really a home base for businesses these days. So it's an absolute must if you're going to start a business to have a website. Start with one. So the purpose of your website, here's the purpose. It's to inform your target audience of what you have to offer. It's as simple as that. It also generates leads for you. So it brings in leads 24/7. So my site, for instance, Create My Independence. That's my main website. Today, every single day, it brings in over 300 people, many of which had no idea who I was yesterday. So these are people from all over the world who are interested in what I have to say, who found me through things like Google or iTunes or YouTube, all search engines, right? Google is a traditional search engine. YouTube is a video search engine. iTunes is a podcast search engine. So all these people are out there, looking for things to listen to or watch or read, and they're typing in things, and it's the search engine's job to bring them relevant results. So if you have a relevant site to what they're searching for, these search engines are going to put you in front of those people searching for what you have to say. And so, like I said, Create My Independence, which is one of my websites, brings in over 300 people every day. Let's just say 200, 250 of those are brand new people that have never heard of me. So every single day, these search engines are bringing me 200 to 250 new potential leads. And they're bringing them in 24/7. These people are hitting my site in the middle of the night, on holidays, during times when I'm not there or I'm doing something else. So 24/7 they're coming in. And as far as where am I sending them? Well, I have a thing called a cheat sheet. So this is an email sign-up form where I'm giving away something free in return for the cheat sheet, or in return for their email address, sorry. And every month, I'm bringing in something like 90 or so new email subscribers to my email list. So these leads are coming in 24/7. The website's doing that for me. And the website's building credibility. So everybody that listens to my podcast or watches my videos or reads my blog articles over time, they come to trust me because of the content I'm putting out. They're seeing that I'm transparent. I'm a real person. I'm putting myself out there. I'm putting in a lot of hard work to bring them this content, and that builds credibility for me. That builds trust. So these people come to know, like, and trust me. That's where the credibility comes in, and a website allows you to showcase your work. So you can put out a portfolio. Let's say you're a photographer, you can put out a photography portfolio. If you're a writer, you can put out a writing portfolio. In fact, a written blog is very much a written portfolio. If you're a videographer, you can put out videos, a video show showcasing your video work. Whatever it is that you're good at, you've got talent at, you're skilled at, you can use your website as a portfolio to showcase your work. So let's get into what to put on your website. Well, first of all, your business should tell people who you are or who your company is. It should have your contact information. So if you go to a website and you can't find who owns the website or how to get in touch with them, that's a credibility killer. So you definitely need to have your contact information out there, and I would recommend being transparent. Put yourself out there. Put your name out there. Put your face out there. Tell them who it is. Who is your business? Who's behind this website? Remember, it all comes back to credibility. If you try to hide behind a fictitious name or an anonymous name, or I don't know if that's a real saying. If you're going to be anonymous on your website, you're going to hide behind a brand. That's not going to build credibility for you. So it should have your contact information and ideally your name and who you are. It should give people a clear sense of what you have to offer. So I'm talking about what skills do you have, what products and services do you offer for sale. Third-party validation. So testimonials and customer messages, customer stories, customer case studies. This will bring a sense of credibility. It should have value-added content. So more on this to come. We're going to talk about this in the next module, but your website should have content that adds value for people. So when they get to your site, it's not just empty. There's actually content there that gives them value. And finally, clear calls to action. Your website should have clear calls to action. Do you want people to contact you? Do you want people to subscribe to your email list? What is it that you want people to do? You should make sure to tell them. Tell them what you want them to do next. That's a call to action. Your website should have clear calls to action. Red flag alert on your website. Here it is. Thinking your website needs to be perfect. And this is something I've been guilty of. You've probably been guilty of it. And almost everybody that ever puts up a website kind of has this in their head. Well, my website needs to be great. It needs to be perfect. Here's the truth. It simply doesn't need to be perfect. Because what it can do is thinking your website needs to be perfect can hold you back. So don't let this hold you back, because it can. I've personally seen it hold many people back. See, here's the thing. You think it needs to be perfect, and you get so overwhelmed by how much you have to do, how much work is going to have to go into this website, that you simply don't get it done. You don't get it up. It can paralyze you. Believe me. It's paralyzed me, and don't let it happen to you. Okay, so your website does not have to be perfect. Get past that. The goal here is to get a website done and up there. All right, coming up next in Module 4, attracting your ideal audience by creating and publishing great content. See, I told you it was coming up next, that piece on content, right? Value-added content. That's coming up next, so I'll see you over there.